Hi everybody, welcome to Rachel's Page Turners, and today I'm going to be talking about the book fest that I went to this past weekend. Now, I didn't make an announcement video saying I was going to this simply because I made the decision to go like the day before, but I'm really glad I decided to go. I had a lot of fun. I had to leave early because I had already made plans for the later part of the day, but I still enjoyed myself for the amount of time I was there. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but the Cambridge Public Library recently held the Boston Teen Author Festival. It was Saturday. It was a free event. You didn't have to pay anything to go to any of these panels, which was surprising simply because the amount of authors that they had there. The authors I did recognize were Becky Albertelli, who did Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, Cody Keplinger, who did Duff, Melissa Gray, who did The Girl at Midnight, Sarah Roche, who did Ice Like Fire. So obviously I don't read a whole lot of YA, so I only recognize maybe a handful of the authors, but as you can see, there are quite a few there. Now, I had only really gone because there was going to be a Booktube meetup in between the lunch hour hosted by Sasha, who is a Booktopia from YouTube. She's this really big booktuber, if you're not aware who she is. She hosted a panel called Inspired By, which held authors who did books that were like fairy tale retellings or different kind of retellings. And I had planned on filming that panel, but unfortunately I was late. Saturday was just Murphy's Law was in charge of me that day. On the way to the book fest, I had spilled coffee all down my white shirt, which thankfully I had a black sweater which I could just button up. And then right before the panel, my heartburn was so bad that I eventually had to run to the bathroom and vomit a little bit. Sorry if that was too TMI. And then on my way back into the panel, I got some Coke just to try to ease my stomach. And as I was walking into the door, I tripped over someone's foot because the room was that crowded, and half my drink went flying and nearly landed on this girl's boot. And she gave me this stank face, and I was like, you know what? Can't even be mad. I'm really sorry. I'm really glad I didn't hit you, but I totally deserved that look. But the icing of that day was actually, I found out the next day. Apparently when I bought one of the books that I'll be showing in this video, I must have dropped my debit card. I don't know when, I don't know how, but someone from the Twitter account for this event, the Boston Teen Author Festival, which is according to the Twitter account run by Renee, she messaged me saying, hey, we have your debit card, what's your address so we can mail it to you. I was like, ugh. So that's how I found out I had lost my debit card. I didn't even realize it was missing until that moment. And I think it's just really awesome that this person was so willing to mail me my debit card because I don't have a car. I was only able to go to this festival because my fiance has a car and we drove there. So I would have to spend a lot of money just to take a train in and take the subway just to find wherever store that my card was at. And because I would have to take a train, it was likely I would miss a day of work. So it was just really awesome that this person not only told me that they had my card, but they were going to mail it to me. And I feel bad because I feel like I didn't adequately thank them. Like, I want to give them a reward, but I can't afford a reward. And I don't even know how I could pay them back for the postage of giving me back my card. So Renee and Porter Square Books, I just wish all of the good fortune upon you. Just bless you. Just thank you so much. But I just went on around. Sorry about that. Anyways, I was late to this panel and I didn't want to post something that had a good chunk of the beginning missing, so I just didn't film it. But I did film a little bit of the Booktube meetup that happened after that panel. I'll try to somehow edit it into this video. Basically, how the Booktube meetup went was Sasha took pictures with everybody. It was quite a line, so that took a while. After I got my picture taken with her, which I was like the very first person in line, I tried talking to people and I found some really cool channels. I'm gonna try to list them here or definitely down in the doobly-doo below. But if I list them, you guys should check them out. They're just fellow Boston booktubers. And if I didn't get a chance to meet you and I didn't list your name, please feel free to comment down below. Just say, hey, I was there, and I'll try to check out your channel. And after that was done, we all sat in a circle and we did like this Q&A kind of session. First, we introduced ourselves and like what our favorite book was. And then the next question was, hey, who has a Booktube channel? Promote yourself, which I thought was really awesome. I think it was really cool that Sasha gave us a chance to promote ourselves. And then the rest of the meetup was just a Q&A session with Sasha. It was more questions regarding her enrollment in Emerson. At least those were the questions I stayed around for. It got to a point where the meetup was running late. It was supposed to end at 1:45, I think. And the rest of the panels were supposed to like start up again at 2. I left at 1:50 and the thing was still going. I had to leave because I had already made plans for the second half of my day. So it stinks that I had to leave early, and it stinks that I had to miss the rest of the book festival, but I had a great time with my friends that night. And there's always next year. Now I know about it. This is the 4th annual book festival, and I had never heard about it until now. So I'm really looking forward to next year. So I guess this part of my video is just the things that I got there. They gave out some free pins. Let's see if it'll focus. Not focusing. So sorry about that. And then they gave us a bookmark. Wow, the glare from my window is kind of fierce, guys. Sorry about that. And this is the other side. But it says Embrace YA Boston Teen Author Festival, and it gives the website, which is embraceya.weebly.com. And these are the books that I bought while I was there, which of course caused the shenanigans of me losing my debit card. Actually, this book was bought by my fiance. This book is called This Monstrous Thing by Mackenzie Lee. This is kind of like a steampunk retelling of Frankenstein, which I think is the perfect time to read this considering we're getting into spoopy season. There was a couple books that intrigued me, but I was only going to be able to afford to buy one book. So I was going to buy this book until my fiance said, so are you going to buy this? Because if you're not, I'm going to. It's like, well, I was, but if you're going to buy it, I'm going to buy this one, which is The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee. Oh goodness, I'm going to butcher this beautiful person's name, and I'm sorry. Renee Adia? Please tell me if that's wrong. It most likely is, and I'm sorry. This is kind of like an Arabian Nights Persian version of, ooh, that kind of rhymed, of Beauty and the Beast. Or at least that's how I understood it as the author was explaining it. But both books I'm really looking forward to reading. There was another one that I almost bought. I was really tempted to buy. It was The Vast and Brutal Sea by Zoraida Cordova. I guess it's another retelling of The Little Mermaid, but instead of a female mermaid, it is a merman. And that's interesting. I think that's kind of intriguing. You don't usually hear about a lot of like merman stories. So I almost bought that, but clearly if I'm still thinking about it now, I might actually still buy it eventually. So that was my adventure for this weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really rambly, and even though Murphy kind of kicked my butt, I still had a great time. So like I said, if you guys went to the Boston meetup, please just say something in the comments below so I can check out your channels. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you in the next video. Bye guys!